Hey guys, Mike from Shimino's Workshop. I've been exploring some new items for the Etsy store. 3D printed items, props, toys, collectibles, whatever. Just something to supplement, install components, chassis, and things like that. So I figured I'd just do a video, put it up on the channel, get some feedback, see if this is something people would be interested in. A lot of these come from Thingiverse. I don't model them. Thingiverse is a site where creators can share their work, and tinkers like me who own 3D printers can download and print their work. Some of that stuff, is licensed non-commercial, right? So you can print them for your personal collection, and some of them are licensed for commercial use where you can print and sell them. This stuff is a mix of both, and so I need to be careful with what I can and can't sell. But I wanted to start with this Darth Vader one. This is a non-commercial one, so what I need to find out is, does that mean that I can't take the STL there? I can't take the model, the digital file, and sell that? But does it mean that I can print, right? Offer a print service for somebody that wants the model printed, right? They don't own a printer, and therefore they wouldn't have access to this. So I need to explore that more. I need to better understand what the non-commercial part of the license means. I'm hoping it means that I can print. I can offer a print service so that a customer wanting this model can pay me to print it, right? I'm not selling the model, not redistributing the model, but I am selling the plastic and the time on my printer. This took about 18 hours to print. It's 2-piece. So you get the base and then Vader. It's not completely hollow, but it is mostly hollow. But it's got a number of walls. It has a little bit of infill. But the detail, I printed this on my Ender 3 printer. It's just black PLA Plus, PLA Pro. Minimal supports were needed. I did use some supports here because you actually kind of printed at an angle. So there were some minor supports, so you can see where the support's attached to the model. But on a shelf you would never see that, right? So the next time I think I would not use the supports here and see how they print. And the fact that it's mostly hollow, it's fairly light. Because if it's too dense and it's at an angle and you don't have a proper adhesive to the print bed, right, as it gets higher and higher, the weight could cause it to tip, right, and then you have a failed print, and nobody wants that on an 18-hour print. But the detail, I mean, geez, look at the detail on this thing. It's gorgeous. I know I don't have the best lighting in this kitchen right now. It's kind of a cloudy day out, but trust me when I say the print, and I didn't do so on an FDM printer. You have layers, right? So a printer works by printing one layer at a time. And for this, I used 0.2 millimeter layer height. So that means it takes 5 layers to do 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter is tiny, by the way. But layer height in a way can determine quality, especially a finished quality. And so 0.2 is kind of rough, right? I really only print down to 0.16 layer height, but these printers can go, 0.12, 0.08, right, where your individual slice is really, really small, and that adds and helps with details. But there's not a ton of small detail. Even if you look at the mask and the ventilator, these little pieces here, the chain holding the cape, it all, even at 0.2 layer height, it came out really nice. So this is, you know, I printed this, I can display it, right? Maybe next to a Sabre or something, but if I can figure out if I'm allowed to offer print services on this, I'll probably throw this up on the store. And then I just need to figure out, you know, pricing on something like this, right? It uses a lot of plastic. It takes a lot of print time. So it just might not be worth trying to sell, right? It all depends. So feedback number one, is this something that people would be interested in buying if I were able to offer this for sale? Similar, I found another thing. It's just, you know, they're just two prints. Says Star Wars. You could go like that. You could stack them. But the idea on this one, and I didn't print it yet, but they would be yellow trim outlining the letters. So, you know, Star Wars with a nice yellow trim, which is just a second piece that you print in yellow and then glue on top of the black piece. So that's kind of cool. I believe this was, you know, commercial licensed, so I don't think there's a problem with that. Again, here, you know, this is from what? The Last Jedi? No, I think no. You see this in The Force Awakens. So obviously, right, Darth Vader's melted mask. I forget if this was Thingiverse or another site, but you know, this was somebody that just took a Vader mask similar to that and then went in the model and kind of disfigured it. But that even came out pretty good too. So again, this might have been 0.16. I forget what layer height I did on this one, but just very smooth finish, really. My printers have been printing pretty well lately. These other things, again, I printed these a long time ago in my collection, but you know, Han, Luke, Leia, Return of the Jedi. I think I printed this in silver, but you know, these were kind of like a set. I don't know why Princess Leia is so much bigger than the other two. The only thing that gave me trouble here, now I think these were probably really designed to be put into a resin printer, not an FDM plastic printer. Although they printed great, the only quality issue I have is Princess Leia's collar. Back here there's like, I guess where the leash would tie into. It didn't print very well, but it printed well enough. But the detail on everything else was great. Even you know, the lace from the bikini, like, you still get that detail, which is nice. So there's that, and then I found an Ahsoka one. You know, again, the headrest. This might be gray. I think I printed this in gray. I was going to give my daughter this to paint. You know, these take, I don't know, I forget, maybe 2 or 3 hours to print. But yeah, so every year for Father's Day, my daughter draws an Ahsoka portrait. You know, draws and paints them, and that's my Father's Day gift. And every year they've gotten better and better. And so I'd like to see what she could do with Ahsoka here. And then last, I found these cool little things. You've probably seen these in like little hobby stores, but like here is an X-Wing. It comes on this sheet, right, where you kind of clip off the pieces and then assemble them. I used glue just to keep them, but they're like little ornaments, right? It's got a little ornament, you know, hole for an ornament. You can put that on a Christmas tree or hang it from the rear view mirror, maybe in your car. X-Wing, TIE Fighter, the people that made these offered a couple, again, non-commercial license, so kind of falls into that Darth Vader bust. Can I offer these as a service? An AT-AT, same thing. It comes on a bigger sheet, obviously in a bunch of pieces, and then you just cut them out and assemble them. And it also comes with a snow speeder, to scale, I think. Maybe you could glue it on some type of steel line to kind of hold it in place and show it flying around the AT-AT. At least that's the photo on Thingiverse that they show it doing. This one, actually, do I have the other one? This one actually came in a smaller size. I want to say maybe it was like here. And I scaled it up to about 150 and printed it. And the larger scale is a lot better. Fully articulated, right, from, I don't know, you call it the hip. Each joint moves. The foot base moves. The head moves. There's no access to the internals, but I don't know. I've always been fond of the AT-AT, so this was kind of cool to be able to print, give it to a kid to assemble. No glue required on this at all. Unlike where the TIE Fighter, where the wing attaches to the centerpiece, I used glue because it felt like it would fall apart. All right, well, for those that are still watching the channel and care to offer some feedback, please leave something in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts would be. Are stuff like this something that you'd want? I'm also exploring another stand, another saber stand that has plaques. So you could put your saber, and it could be Anakin saber or Vader saber or Luke saber, right? So one stand, maybe just in black. We'll keep the colors options simple, and then with options for having a nameplate or not, and a list of the different names that you can choose from. Yeah, so leave me some comment. Let me know if this is something that would interest folks, and if it is, maybe I'll explore it further. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for your feedback.